I'm not entirely sure that rain had anything to do with the crack in my windshield, and I'd rather not think that it was because of the body work that I had on the front end a couple weeks ago after a collision. I was found not to be at fault. But I wasn't going to use the shop that was recommended by Geico. With all due respect, I think Geico runs a great operation. I know that here in Passaic, which is the town next door to where I live in Clifton, there are a lot of body shops and auto glass, that sort of thing. So I drove onto Main Avenue and drove into a shop and got a price that was half what I would have paid at Safe Light, is it? Now, they might be, the best. They might be better, but I'm just not going to spend that. I'll take my chances. And, if there's a problem, but it's not my point. My point is, I had to knock around Passaic for a couple of hours. For good reasons. It did not appear to me to be appropriate to go home. It just was going to be a couple of hours. So it turned out, as I was walking to the bank, but because of course this is a place that requires that you pay them in cash. So while I was walking to the bank, I noticed on the way that there was a gym, a Blink gym, which is where I'm a member. And I don't usually work out in Passaic Blink. I don't even work out in the Clifton Blink. I work out in the Nutley, New Jersey Blink. If anyone wants to ever meet up with me there, that's where you'll find me almost all the time. It's pretty much where I hang out. I'm a gym guy, Anyway, so it's always interesting when you go to different gyms in the same chain, because they're always geared, at least at Blink, they're geared for that local neighborhood. So Nutley is kind of suburban white people, with, a mix of minorities. The Clifton one is pretty about the same. The one in Newark is a black neighborhood, and it's predominantly hip hop music and R&B. And the one here in Passaic, which is a very Hispanic location, the music selection was overwhelmingly Latino music and some R&B. So I had my workout, and you also find that in the better neighborhoods, the gyms are better maintained, and in the less good neighborhoods, not so much. People have opinions about why that might be the case. Well, I worked out. There was an hour. That was fine. I really need to kill another hour, so I was sort of just walking around. And as I walked around, I noticed across Main Street, or actually it's Main Avenue here in Passaic, there are all these bargain stores. And one after another, they're the same. They're exactly the same. And even though there are a lot of Jewish people, a lot of Orthodox Jewish people in the city of Passaic, very few of them live in downtown Passaic, and virtually none of them shop in downtown Passaic. But here I was, looking kind of out of place, but I'm comfortable wherever I am, and people are not usually uncomfortable with me. And as I would walk into these stores, I would feel a great deal of pressure to find something to buy, because their hopes would be raised that maybe this rich Jewish guy, would buy a towel or something. I mean, this is the cheapest stuff in the world. The first place I went into, it had an awning on it that said all the names of the different kinds of stores and the different brands that you would find selections from. It was, I think it's the name of the store is something like Daily Deal. So I like it, you never know, you pick up a earbuds or something or a cable. I went inside and it was just counters, tables basically, tables with small upraised edges where they would just dump product, the cheapest product in the world, and it was really, really, really junky stuff. But the immediate reaction I had was, oh man, this is like going to John's Bargains. When I was growing up in Brighton Beach, lower middle class, such as we were at the time, we would go to John's Bargains. And you'd go there, you would get, maybe the odd serving piece or, beach wear. We used to go to the beach every day in Brighton Beach in the summer. In other words, I felt a certain cultural kinship with the people who were shopping there, although they may not have felt it with me. But this particular store was really, really junky. There was nothing I could plausibly justify purchasing in the whole place. It was weird, a little bit weird. So then I went further up the block and back in the direction of the body shop, and went into some of the other stores, which were more traditionally laid out type of discount stores, dollar store type situations. And it is astonishing just how much stuff. There's no reason to ever pay more than $3 for a T-shirt, and which I discovered in Newark. When I first started working out about a year ago, I no longer really had any workout clothes. I just had my, these kind of shirts and dad pants and stuff. So I had to buy myself. Didn't want to wear undershirts to the gym, so I had to buy myself T-shirts, and I kind of had put it off. Hey guys, it's a kind of a flea market kind of scene, a little bit, yeah, but a little bit different from that. And I've spent a lot of time in flea markets, Rage Star. In any event, stuff is so incredibly. What's amazing to me is there is such a surplus of cheap stuff in the world. It's the 21st century equivalent of the surplus of labor. All that labor, because of technology, all that labor has been turned into stuff, textiles, cheap clothing. I did see, hey, well, maybe I can get myself another pair of pajama pants. You can never have enough I don't have enough pajama pants is the point. So I picked up one that looked like, it was the kind of feel, the kind of appearance that I like. It was so crappily made. Just stitching all over the place. There are limits. Anyway, I kind of got a little bit of a tour. I haven't been in downtown Passaic in a very long time. I'd like to tell you the story of Passaic. I don't think today's the time for it. But this part of the city is in 90% Hispanic. It used to be overwhelmingly Jewish 100 years ago. This was a Jewish neighborhood. The Jews moved to Passaic Park, further out, and now there are only Orthodox Jews who sort of rebuilt the city, or the community, the middle class and upper middle class population, beginning in the 80s. Fast food places, lots of. I'll tell you the truth, actually. There are fewer empty storefronts in Passaic than on Fifth Avenue, on Main Avenue in Passaic, than Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. Every single store on Main Avenue has something in it. Okay. The snack room, that's like a smoking place, a smoke shop where you could also get food. Satellite sales, adults video booth. I don't know who this booth is. Hey, how you doing, Woofer? Mira Fruit Farm. I don't think it's actually a farm here. Lots of discount furniture. Oh, so I also noticed that there's lots and lots of discount furniture, really, really cheap furniture places. And what you notice looking through the windows is the furniture that they're putting on display is the most garish, gaudy stuff in the world. I guess there's a feeling that if you're springing for new furniture, you may as well make it as flashy and impressive as possible. I'm trying to relate to although I grew up in a neighborhood that was economically similar to this one, I think the mentality was different among us first, second generation Jews in Brighton Beach. Hi, Kenneth. I actually, thanks for your questioning. I don't actually think so. Woofer, well, come on now, what? What exactly is the question? Of course, there's a McDonald's. Anyway, look, because you know how it is. I've mentioned this in other publications and other places that I've written and spoken. There's nowhere to sit. There are no public spaces anymore because we're not allowed to remove people from public spaces. So here I am on a loading dock. There are lots and lots of no parking signs, but I don't. It doesn't say no sitting. There's nowhere else for me to sit. There's no room in the body shop. Hi, Mr. Coleman. This is New Jersey, Jason. Yeah, this is Passaic, New Jersey. Passaic, New Jersey was once a great city. A very influential and very wealthy city in northern New Jersey, in Passaic County. Today, it is mostly a depressed city, but it has a fringe of middle class and upper middle class Orthodox Jews who sort of gentrified the outlook, sort of the edge of Passaic that borders with Clifton, New Jersey. Hi, Kenya. Listen, I'm happy to answer your question. I mean, as you know, I'm Jewish, so obviously, and I'm Orthodox, so we don't believe that. But what we do believe is that Christians, I can't speak for everyone, but my teachers and people that I discuss this matter with, my understanding is that what America needs is more Christians who believe in Christianity and who act on their beliefs, because much of the trouble that we're seeing in this country is a lack of true religious faith. Anyway, that was it. I wanted to share this moment with you guys. It isn't sparkling. It isn't exactly I think it's a little bit better than a chill stream, but I haven't streamed in a while, and I'm kind of waiting for them to finish the windshield. I'm walking around with $550 in my pocket, feeling quite safe. No one's giving me, this is kind of probably more of a crimey area than where I live, but I'm comfortable in an urban environment, and no one's ever given me any trouble. Amazingly. And here I am, you have to kind of look like the landlord, like you belong here. Oh, thanks, Woofer. Jason, it's my pleasure. And guys, thanks for popping in. It's fascinating to see the numbers go up. I'm not going to ever be a major streamer, but I will say this much. I do want to make regular streaming, part of what I offer. And if anyone has ideas as to how I should structure, how often and how I should structure my streams, I'd love to hear them, because I'm a little clueless. I am remarkably old for this. I mean, look, this is a 61-year-old man, but I am still so cool that it seems like a waste, right? I'm just kidding. All right, guys, I think 13 minutes is about as much of this as we can take. I'm hoping they finish my windshield before the rain comes. It does feel like rain is going to come. You guys, it's been an incredible simulation of reality, and thank you so much for joining me at this time. Yoo-hoo!